Thank you so very much for being back. And just before we went for that particular break, we were speaking to the issue of the APC chairman, Yilwatda, speaking to that he is very sure the APC will clinch the ticket come 2027. And we still have Barrister Vance Ofeli, who joins us from Toronto. Thank you so very much, Barrister. Sincere apologies for that break in communication just before we went for.
Very well.
Before the break. You might continue.
Yeah, why exactly am I on the issue?
Yeah, you were speaking to the fact that he should be more concerned about good governance rather than
the election.
Yes,
rather than the elections.
Yes. What should give us the succor or the motivation to vote in a particular political party should be result-based. Okay, it should be result-oriented. It should be that the political party has so performed in its first term to the point where it is only natural to have them complete what they have started. But not a political party that have been in power and have not started anything, have not taken care of infrastructure, are not taking care of healthcare, are not taking care of all the basics. Okay, and has consistently violated human rights and a lot. Okay, a government that have not performed, you cannot come out and say that it's going to win the next election automatically like that, just because there is defection. And I was about to say this then, that defection does not automatically mean, or should not be interpreted to mean that there's widespread acceptance. That's why people are defecting from their political party to the APC. It's not so. That has its own mechanism. The truth there is that the kind of politics we play in Nigeria is selfish politics, where politicians want to always retain their seats. And so moving from their political party, which they see as weak, to the APC, which they see as strong, is just to appease that desire to remain in office, and not necessarily because of patriotism. State governors, when they defect, will tell you they want to align the state, take the state to the center. Lawmakers, when they defect, they tell you they want to, take their constituencies to the center and the rest of that. They make it look like they are doing this for their constituency. They make it look like they are doing it for their political party or the people who give them mandates. And at the end of the day, they are doing it for themselves, because Nigerian politics is not about anybody. It's just about the politician and the rest of that. So if it were to be in countries where you have principles in politics, there are persons who will not move from one political party to the other based on their principle, just because of their belief, just because of the political ideology of that political party. They will not move, okay? Because they are not going to go to any political party where they believe that their values work against their own personal principles. But in Nigeria here, there's nothing like values or principles. It's just where you are able to get re-elected. The country is an afterthought. Nobody is thinking about the country. The people are thinking about themselves. So that kind of politics, you can see where that inspiration is coming from.
Okay, so how might the renewed hope agenda affect public perception of Tinubu's government?
No hope has been renewed so far. Nothing has been renewed. When he came in, he said he was going to continue for when Buhari left.
Yes.
So when he now said that the theme of the government or the central team of the government is going to be renewed, I was surprised, because Buhari left Nigeria hopeless. Okay? Buhari left Nigeria hopeless. So there was no hope at all in Buhari's time. It's when you have something to a point that you can renew it. For you to talk about renewal, that means that thing existed before.
Yeah.
Okay. So he came up with renewal. I said, what is he going to renew? There was no hope. Buhari slept for 8 years. You understand? slept for 8 years, did Nigeria grave injustice. And just when he was about to face the consequences, he died. That's the painful part of it. He shouldn't have died. Should have stayed put here. Insurgency will come on him in his village. Because the village is devastated now. So he already died, you know. And that's unfortunate, because this is someone that Nigeria spent so much to keep alive. And couldn't deliver, couldn't do anything. We're just in one spot for 8 years. And just when we're trying to have a bit of fresh air from that, Tinubu came in and scattered the entire economy. Today is not able to rebuild anything. The misery index as we speak now is something else. You understand? Life expectancy is even going lower. It's going lower as we speak. Because you have insecurity, you have sickness and disease, you have poverty, you don't have public health care. So what kind of country is that? How do you run a country like that? And then you have your party's chairman, who is supposed to be sober, who is supposed to go and consecrate his soul, pray and fast, go and bring in all economic experts to see how to revive the economy, coming out boldly to say that with the words acceptance. Which acceptance? Acceptance from where? From who? Say with the accept, because people are defecting, and that is the interpretation. You see this River State House of Assembly, see how they've started another, they want to create another theater of war again. Now, before it was 27 of them, now it's 16. It's all those kind of defection that they believe that, yes, that once people are moving like that, you know that the party is doing well. Is that a way to assess or evaluate the progress of a political party or governance? Which is it? Widespread defection to a political party because of the attraction of power, or governance, results-oriented governance that sways people to follow you? Which is that? What kind of influence are we talking about? I'm talking about power influence, not result influence, not what they have put in. They have not put in anything. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, very sad, barrister. But let's be more technical with some of the issues that we see. Every transition of government, one after another, we seem to have this experience of worst case scenarios happening over the years. Obasanjo cannot be, cannot, if you juxtapose his governance style and what he has achieved with what we have today, it is a mile away. And I'm very sure, I do not know if I would be correct by that the next administration that would come, we would love to love President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the next might be worse than what we have. Why do you think we keep having that transition of worst case scenario every single time?
It's because we are not moving forward. Our politics is degenerating by the day. When Jonathan was in power, we were complaining. When Obasanjo was in power, we were complaining. Look at what we have today. Look at what we have today. Even Obasanjo himself cannot believe his eyes.
Yeah.
You understand that you allow security to fester like this? Go and ask Obasanjo what he did at OD. They killed soldiers. A community, not even the community, just some few criminals killed soldiers. And the military went there and leveled the entire village. Then here, insurgency is taking down generals at will. And we are watching. No, it's not, they are not only Christians, so it's not Christian genocide. It's even military genocide. And killing military men and women. So, this is, you see, It's because your question, the answer to your question is because we are not moving forward. We are retrogressing. That's why our worst former leaders, they look like saints to us. Obasanjo was not even a good leader. He wasn't even a good leader at that. But today he's being seen as a very good leader. Because Obasanjo there was oil boom, and he couldn't manage it. He couldn't do much. Couldn't do much. So today, if you compare him with the likes of Buhari and the Tinubu, he's far ahead. Far ahead of all of them. Okay, not like he was even good. Jonathan, the same thing. Okay? So we keep having the worst. Keep having the worst.
But do you think, yes, do you think if we eventually press the reset button to all of the things happening in Nigeria and start everything afresh, do you think we might get it right? Or would we find our way back to the same position that we are currently?
What is the reset button? When the APC chairman is telling you that they are going to win 2027. Which reset button are you talking about? Nobody's thinking for Nigeria. You see, that's the problem. Nobody is asking. Have you ever seen them sit down in parliament? Say today's deliberation is plan for Nigeria. Where do we want to see Nigeria in 25 years from now? Have you ever seen that kind of debate in the House? You see that debate of Akpabio trying to sleep with Natasha accusing, counter-accusation. That's what we are doing. That's what. Or we debate taxation, or we debate constitutional amendment, or we debate by just debating, acting different. Nobody is talking about this country called Nigeria. Where are we heading to? What is the long-term plan? What is the medium-term plan? What is the short-term plan? How do we achieve the short-term plan? And then track it down to the medium-term plan, and track it down to the long-term plan. How do we ensure that our children that are out of school are back to school? What kind of technology do we need? What kind of measures do we need? What kind of strategies do we need? How do we take them back to school? This insurgent, how do we address it? What are the strategies? What are the methods? What do we do? Pick the issue, healthcare, strategies, methods. How do we pick? Have you ever heard that kind of debate in Parliament? So what's the restart button? There's nothing, nobody is thinking that one you are saying about the restart button. Nobody is thinking that one. What we are thinking about is the resources. How we are going to win an election. And then we are paid in millions. We also for contract and get it. And then get so much money. Steal and join it, and put some abroad, take some, hide some somewhere, embezzle others, give them some, take children abroad to go to school, and the rest of that. Buy houses all over the continent of the world, and not being able to stay in any of them. So that's the thing, luxury, flamboyant lifestyle. You heard what Dangote said over the weekend. That when you get to the airport at the private wing, you see the level of private cars, private aircraft, that you cannot even find a space. Too many private jets. And he now said that you see a man, you buy a Rolls Royce and all that. So, the money you used to buy one Rolls Royce, you should have taken it to go and build a factory in your village, a remote area, and employ the people there. The money used to buy Rolls Royce can set up 2 factories, producing day and night. You understand? The money used to buy an aircraft can start up viable companies. But that's not the catch. The catch is to use the money to buy luxury and the rest. So where's the restart button we're talking about? The APC chairman that is talking to you is not talking to you about Nigeria. He's not talking to you about Nigeria. He's telling you this is what the political party will grab power again. they will grab it by all means. And it's about bazaar, sharing the money. Nobody is working for Nigeria. Even Tinubu himself does not believe in Nigeria. Tinubu himself does not believe in Nigeria. Let the DSS come and carry me, and I will prove it to them.
Who then might build the cat now? That is the big question. Because the only surviving opposition is the ADC. PDP is in tatters. Labour Party is nowhere to be found. ADC is the only opposition we have come 2027. And the latest we have from the ADC says that Atiku might be the flag bearer of the party. And they are telling Peter Obi that if he delays, they will come for another person else. So what? So who will build the cat, the barrister, at this point?
You can imagine the kind of alternative that we are talking about. You can see the future. Look at the kind of alternative you are going to get. So each time you see this kind of alternative, you look at your voter's card. You ask yourself, is this voter card, is it not neutralized already? With the kind of options available. The options are not viable. Options are not viable. I, for example, that have a voter's card, I cannot vote Tinubu, I cannot vote Atiku. Who am I going to vote? There are no options. And every year they do this. Every year for the past 15 years or 10 years, you will see Buhari and Atiku. Buhari and Atiku throughout from the 2015, 2019. Buhari and Atiku. Who can you pick among Buhari and Atiku? Is it not just recently that P2B came into this thing? Because P2B had to contest as running mate for Atiku in 2019. You can imagine. So if you want to escape the disaster that Tinubu is, so you now run into the Atiku net, who is a much worse candidate. Because no matter how you look at it, Tinubu is far better than Atiku.
Wow.
Atiku will give you the worst outcome ever, that your life cannot be put together again. So, what kind of system are we running? What kind of system are we going to run? So
wow.
The only thing we need to do is that to ensure that we have the right kind of governors. Because if the governors too are the problem, because this thing about bad governance is not just at the center. They don't just look. We don't look at Tinubu or look at the president, but the governors that collect money every month. What are they doing with it? What are they doing with the money that they collect every month that comes to them? The local government chairman, what are they doing? My local government chairman, for example, what is he doing with the money that they're collecting? I don't know what he's doing with the money because he's not doing anything in the local government. So those are questions we need to ask these leaders. Call them forth to answer those questions. They need to be summoned by the people. Just like people have lost their power because they don't also know that they have a right under the law to summon their leaders and demand for accountability.
It's actually very sad. Come 2027, the fear right now is that we might have lower people coming out to vote. In the re-registration of by INEC, they were targeting about 8.5. Only 2.5 million people actually came out to re-register and equally, fix up whatever it is they have.
So what will the turnout
be like 2027? Well, I do not know what that would look like, but let's hope that it would get better. Definitely. And continue to pray. A prayerful country we are.
Hope and pray. Okay.
All right. Thank you so very much, Barrister. I truly do appreciate your time and sincerely apologize for the little break that we had in the course of our conversation today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, beautiful. All right, that's about the time we have. We'd love to say thank you. Please do well to visit us. You can find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally rewatch or download to share to your friends and your folks, and that is when you see us at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Igwebike.
And I'm Kendi Bodun.
Have yourself a splendid day.
Bye and
Bye-bye.
have a lovely day.